Alright, here at one of my favorite places in the world, the scrapyard, and I am pulling an alternator for somebody. And normally I wouldn't do this, except one of my friends is actually basically living out of her car, so she kind of needs it, and it's not really something she can afford to get new. But anyways, I'm going to show you how to, this isn't 100% foolproof, there's other things that can go wrong, but I'm going to show you how to basically diode test it in the field when you're pulling one to see if it's actually any good. Most of the times it's the diode that burns out, and if that's good, generally it's fine. So here's the original alternator, and it's done, it's failed. And here are two more. This one's got a little bit of refrigerant stuff all over it from that car, so that's why it's a little bit green. But basically what you do is you set it to the diode test, which is that arrow with the line through it, which is also the same thing as continuity, except the diode test is kind of like a one-way directional test to see if electricity can flow one way and not the other. But you put ground to the positive side on the block of the alternator somewhere, and then touch the negative side to the positive output. And it's really hard to do this one-handed, so excuse me. And we see about 0.550 on the meter there. And that's okay, that's fine. Now what we do is we switch polarities. If we put the negative side on ground and the positive side on the cable, we shouldn't see anything on the meter, and we're not. So we know that this diode isn't burnt out. And if it flows either both ways or neither way, then the diode's burnt out. If it only flows one way with the positive side of your meter on the ground, then the diode isn't burnt out, it's functioning properly, and the alternator is probably good. So just like on this one, if we find a place to ground this positive side here, sometimes it's hard to get a reading through all this rust. There we go.